right. They were giving me a hard time. Oh, I was given a hard time. But that's all right. Sister Deborah is coming this evening uh, to continue my part two on the living and on the dead. Okay, let me get here to take care of this right quick. I just want to cover that again. The living and the dead. I've been thinking about that, uh, which was live earlier. The living and the dead. And when you really, really think of it, no, I can't say that. I wanted to say, I didn't start, but I did say somewhat. But I started and I did start saying that if you really think about it, if you think about today, but you really can't think about it because it's not something the mind of the flesh can grip and get. It's something that rests in the spirit to give you the whole truth of the whole matter. But if you just kind of understand the things that's taking place in the world today, and what I realize, most people are not caught up in, nor do they take on what's going on. A lot of people say it's too much heartbreaking information in the world today. There's too much going on in the world, and a lot of people don't want to get caught up in it. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them because I believe a month ago I was saying to you all, and it just came to me one day, real heavy. I wouldn't want nobody to know the truth. I wouldn't want nobody to know the truth. And that part of that truth that I say I wouldn't want no one to know is that part that can take a person to a mental hospital because you're seeing things and you know that it's exactly the way you're seeing it. But it's like you in this alone and you're the only one that sees it, even though you know that you're not the only one. You know you're not the only one. But you still see things and you're feeling things and you're experiencing things and you're wondering, you're trying to wonder, why is it no one wants to talk about it? Why is it no one wants to reveal what is actually going on? So earlier today, I got on that topic regarding the living and the dead. And in it, I would never have gripped the fact of how it is so real, the living and the dead, because the both of them represent a place right now, you guys, in the world today. It represent what is actually taking place today, you guys. Again, this is not about race or nation or kingdom. It's not about um, Catholics, Islam, and Muslim and Hebrew Israelite. No, 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 no. When I spoke that message earlier, I realized it is deeper than what it sounds. It's even deeper than what it is, whether you see it or not. I don't think it's meant for individuals to see. That's why I said about a month ago, I wouldn't want nobody to know the truth. And it's not the truth about the Father. No, that's not it. The truth of the matter of what is really before you, what is really going on. And I do know to say that would really be stepping in the opposite of what the Father wants to be seen. He wants everything that's going on to be recognized. 99.9 of people think that all the things that's taking place is just taking place by accident. It's not something real. All these things that the world is doing, and all the people who's ruling, the 1% who's ruling the world, and all the darkness that's ruling it, and the wicked and evil, and all these evil demonic darkness that's taking place, you really believe it was meant that Yah blind your eyes so you cannot see? Uh-uh. Uh-uh. These are the things you need to see, because he has things prophesied that's wrapped up in everything that is seen. And the reason why I said about a month ago I wouldn't want nobody to know the truth is because to really know it for what it is, and I'm not talking about the Father, the Creator, and all that he has done, but the truth of the matter, to all the things that we can clearly see. That is clearly seen. And even though we try to hide it, we try to cover it up, people try to get under their covers. People try to run to another country. People try to do all kind of things to escape the reality that is right before them. But I come to tell you another reality is what I ran up on this morning, and that is the living and the dead. It would have to be that way, y'all. If there's two type of people on the earth, are they the living or are they the dead? Do you remember when it says in Revelation about even the sea? Oh, Father, is going to have to give up its dead. Many people have no idea what the sea actually holds. The Antarctic, I don't know if I'm saying that right, where that very cold place, people have no idea what is over in that area and why they don't want people to go near it and why they keep people from it. Many people have lost their lives trying to just get over there to see, and they have never been seen again. Mhm. You guys, if you had to answer the question today, are you a living one or are you one of the dead? Are you one of the living or are you one of the dead? All right. See, if you're dead, you walk in darkness. If you're living, you see the light and you walk therein. So would you say that people are basically dead more so than living? I would say so. And this is the part that I say is too heavy for people to even think of, even when it come down to themselves. Are you the living or are you the dead? All you have to do is go back to the beginning. Uh-huh. And it would tell you why it's important for us to understand in this end days the living and the dead. Do you all know, before I got on here, minutes before I showed up on live, I thought about all those movies that I have I've watched. I like watching the ones that's in China and in Korean language. I watched English as well. But I never would keep up with was it The Walking Dead? I never kept up with that because it just was too stupid. But every country, I know you all didn't know that, have that same setup movie like The Walking Dead. Oh, yes. Do you all know in other countries they have more movies about The Walking Dead than they have anything? Did y'all know that? I know many of you all might not have known that. But yeah, it is so many movies in other countries that is geared to The Walking Dead. I've seen too many of them. Even if it's not in English, I watched it. It was one time hey, get me some popcorn and I sit there, watch one after the other. But this morning, something dawned on me. That living in that dead has been existing for quite a long time in movies all around the world. Not just movies, TV shows, you know? And can you today take what you've seen, even if you've seen The Walking Dead? Are those people that's in The Walking Dead, are they living or are they dead? Are they living or are they dead? See, what a lot of people have not gripped is the world would mimic the reality of this living. And then they would put it before you to where you become so numb to watching this sort of stuff. And then you be just, okay, this is just normal. But the truth be told, there's something behind that. And I got a hold of it this morning by the Ruach HaKodesh. And that's what he put on me. The living and the dead is what you see right here in tribulation, perilous time, lawlessness, the wrath of Yah, the judgment of Yah, and the midnight hour on this earth as it never been ever in time past. When you see, I know you all don't pay any attention to the two different type of drugs they got out now and there. And when I see people reacting to these drugs, oh, you know what I think of? Oh, that's somebody's baby. That's all I think about. I don't care if they're rolling in the streets and all the things that they're doing. I just think of them as being somebody's baby. That's somebody's baby. But a world, they still in the labs. They still trying to find more of these chemicals to destroy the people by great numbers. When I think of the Cortez, and I used to watch movies with the Cortez, and I used to think those was very crazy people. But you know what? And that was years ago, probably past 20, 30 years ago. But when I see it today, I see it to be different. The reality is that the country you are residing in is the creator of the Cortez. When you think of the mafias, you think of this country. When you think of the KKK, the skinheads, when you think of the Muslims, Islam, you think of every religion on this earth. It was created and formed by the Roman Catholics, the Jesuits, and the Europeans that falls under Israelis, the fake Jews. This is the 1% that has built all this chaos on this earth. This is what you see. And there is a 1%, not a 1%, there is a 100, no, I'm going to give it 99.9%. People are in full denial. Full denial. So I was sitting down watching TV. And at the same time, I was hearing the Spirit. And he was saying to me, no matter what you say to enlighten a people, they still is either living or they're dead. Many people have no idea that the Father already has had completed the realm of separating the wheat from the tare. He's completed that realm. So when you see people going in a direction in which they are going, be okay with that. Even when you go to your coworkers and you start to see people falling off in which they was one way, and you see they going a different way, you in your community, your neighborhood, you can see it. Let's imagine if you had 8 best friends and y'all do things together, even amongst your group of friends, even amongst your place of so-called worshiping, even among your immediate family. Everything has already been separated in the kingdom. He is already separated the dead from the living. Are there those who say that they are the living? This living is not for you to choose or have the choice. Heaven's already signed you in or signed you out. And this is why people cannot stand still in anything. It's like they're ADD. They can't just sit still and know that Yah got a work for them or in them. They can't. They all over the place. And they have a heavy mind to overthink things for no reason at all. It's because they're not content. They're not content. And a lot of times when people are not content, they need to find themselves. Are you the living or are you the dead? Now, either or, by this day, you shouldn't be going like Satan was to and fro. Why? Because we in a day like no other ever existed on the face of the earth. You should be in or you should be out. Another thing the Father said is the cares of the world that will cause the dead to think that they are the light and will cause the light to think that they are the dead. Because all the cares of the world is what people are embedded in today. And they don't think nothing else on this earth is more important than their little world. That's all they are focusing. Because ain't nothing else on the left nor the right in front of them, even if y'all standing in front of them. They don't find him to be important in any shape, form, or fashion. Because the cares of the world has trapped them in a way that they would take a side. And a lot of times the side that people take is because they are the dead. And there's times where people will take the side and they are the light. But what the Father is saying to me, Deborah, is two. All this time you talked about the seed of the Spirit and the seed of Satan, the serpent. Born of the Spirit or born of the flesh. Born as the light or born as the darkness. You spoke all of it, but let me give you a little something. Bring them to them this way, because it's over. You either here on this earth this very day to be the living or to be the dead. You're already sealed. And a lot of times, the reason why there's already, the great falling away already took place. And what people are looking for, people to fall away from something, as if it's really about you falling away from the church you went to, you falling away from the platform you once was on, or you falling away from the place of your worship, or you falling away. No, no, no. The falling away comes from who you always was. You're falling away, getting into the lane, the gate that is created for you. You're falling away so that you can get to going in the right gate that you were intended for. So where people are at is so 100 where they need to be. And if they keep going to and fro, let me tell you what'll happen. I've given you all probably in the last year and a half. Oh no. I've given you all. Oh no. Oh no. Wait a minute, you guys. I'm sorry. I've given you all. That person just caused me to just kind of saying, can I come by there? No. No. I've been here all day, no. But something something I was just saying, I guess I'll come back to it because that person just threw me all the way off. But I believe for the Father to allow me to understand that in those two seeds that come from the kingdom, it's matching the two books, the two destiny, the lake of fire or the eternal kingdom. And then you got the two books. Then he brought down the two seeds. Everything fall under that. So if I said to the Father, this is where we at, Father, we in the midnight hour, and we yes, we are, Deborah. We in that time like no other. Why would people be going any way outside of the way to the gate? You get what I'm saying? Me, myself, there's no way I would even desire to go in a different gate outside of the gate that the Ruach is leading me. But where the mindsets are at is where it should be if it's matching the days of Noah, and the days of Noah can't touch this day we're in. Why? Because this day is worse than any other day that ever exists. So therefore we have to be worse mindset than those that were in the days of Noah. So to me, we're in such a dark hour for people to be going to and fro, trying to find what I believe the way that they would want to walk in the flesh. People, I believe, are searching for that two-way. They wanting to split up and search for the two-way. But you know, with me, myself, I've been working on strictly communicating, even with my family, regarding spirit and truth. Because in this evil last days, friends, co-workers, neighbors, family, people are looking somewhere to connect, not to your light, because dead don't have nothing in common with living. But what the Father is telling me, that the living has to understand today, you only give the dead all the light that you have. Because if you don't give them the light, then you become who they are, which is dead. And I truly believe many can easily fall under that and lose their way. Because if we're in a day like no other, then we're in a time period that we don't have no playroom. You get what I'm saying? And when I think of that as something very powerful, because I never said anything to you all, but I have a feeling that this day is a day to be feared. You see? Do I have the spirit of fear? Yes, that's what's holding me up. But don't forget what it says. Spirit of fear. Spirit of fear. Some people would think that you're not supposed to fear. Let me tell you something. If the Spirit of the Most High will show you what He's shown me, you wouldn't survive. You wouldn't survive. Because you still have to maintain an upright level in spite of what He teach you, what He showed you, what He revealed to you, what He say to you. Because when He poured up and talking about living and dead, I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. I never put that in the basket. But it needs to go in there. Just think of how powerful that is. It matches, y'all. First and foremost, the kingdom. As it is in the kingdom, so is it on the earth. You see? There are those, when they came down already dead. They came down dead already. And then you wonder, why is it the world can make all these movies regarding the dead? That's another thing I started off telling you all about. But see, it don't even fade. It don't dawn on nobody on this earth. The most movies that exist in the last 20 years is those that had to do with the dead. And what does it always give you? Did y'all know? Anybody in the live? What is it about these movies that has to deal with the dead? They always what? Anybody? Can anybody answer that? What do the dead always do in the movies? Oh, Father God. Oh, anybody? What do the dead in these movies? They all that's oh, yep. They're always trying to eat the living, or what? Bite them or eat them. You see? Or kill them. Whoa, Father, yeah. And I was been watching those movies and never gave it a thought. But the Father told me today, and it didn't dawn on me. The world is always trying to mimic the way of the kingdom. What the kingdom already know. What else do they try to do? Cannibalism. Yep. Oh, y'all, they done it again. See, y'all thought I was kidding. Let me tell y'all, I feel sad for y'all. Do y'all see here on here, it says this message is held for review. Do y'all see that? Can y'all? Oh, they don't even have it. Oh, so y'all can't see it. They already on here. That right there. You know why? Let me tell y'all why. That's why I say I feel sad for y'all. A lot of times y'all just thinking, oh, this little old lady is on here talking. But these here are warning signs that the Father want me to give you. You're not going to win, people. You're not going to escape it. But what the Father's going to allow you to do is experience it. And it's going to come back to your remembrance that he already sent his to warn you. They already got on here, and I thought they would have it where y'all could see it, and I see that they don't. They said this video is going to be on strong review or whatever. Now, what did I say? You know why? They know that in the last 60, 70 years, this thing about the dead, it's been one of their highest level of energy controlling this world, especially the United States of America. They are more fascinated with the dead, to where they made all these movies to show you that the dead is coming to defeat you. But I'm going to tell y'all something that nobody answered. Let me see if anybody answered it. And living always outnumber the dead. Yes, good one, good one, good one. Very good. You know why? Because I didn't think of that one. The living always outnumber the dead. And what else? Something no one has said yet. Y'all can't see it, but they sitting here. I'm looking at it. And I'm like saying, they just said it, put it on here twice. Why? What did I say? And that's why I feel sad for y'all. If they know I'm saying something important, why is it y'all can't click in? I don't get it. What did I say? Do you know what that does for me, an individual like me, that I think of all the prophets of yesterday? Every word caused their lives to be threatened. No one on the earth teaches that. No one cares about it. It ain't me. It ain't me. But that's just showing you how the servants of Yah serve Yah. They don't serve the world. That's why I just cannot just give people what they want to hear. Come on, somebody got the other answer? They tried to eat you. Yes, cause you alive in the spirit. I think, what's that? I think Amtrak, let you know you are. Exactly. Serpent seeds outnumber the spiritual seeds. Most 100. Sure do. The living always win. Thank you. There you go. The living wins. But guess what? The living don't win. Not in these movies. The living always win, but they lose in the movies. They always come up and get the victory, and then at the end of the movie, they show you something else that's still dead, that's living. Tell me that ain't true. They never let the living get the victory of the movie, even though they win. But when the living win, let me show you the mystery. And I want you to tell me, you said the living always win. Yes, they do in the movies until you at the end. What happens at the end? The one that says the living always win, right? But what happens at the end? Yeah, they win in the spirit 100. But what happens at the end? Show you how the world is not going to give the victory to the light. Anyone knows? Y'all, you mean y'all don't? Maybe because I watched too many of them. What is at the end? The living wins always until the end. They die in the flesh. All these movies, let me explain to y'all. And when you think of it and you ever in your living ever decide to watch it again, a movie with those who are the living dead, but how do they glorify the dead? Because this is what they do. The living would win. But before the movies goes off, they send you a sign that something still exists. Every one of them, even the one I see that's over in other countries that I watch, at the end, they let you get this idea that the living won, but at the end, at the very end, there's a mystery. And they always showing you that there's something at the end regarding the dead, as if the dead is going to come back in either part 2, part 3. Even The Walking Dead is constantly letting you know they just can't get rid of the dead. You see? And like someone said, the dead outweigh the living. And believe it or not, in the kingdom, that's why it talks about the narrow gate. It talks about the small remnant. You see? It talks about the 144. It talks about the narrow and few, because in it all, Yah ain't looking for the whole. He knew what he put down here. He knows what he put down here ain't coming back to no kingdom. And I don't know what would make people think that he has to take everybody back, because just who he is. Let the Walking Dead come down, which they are here. And I'm not just talking about like the Walking Dead where you see people on. See, we're looking at people who are on substance. I ain't afraid of them. Those ain't the ones we need to be afraid of, or those that's in the movies. Now, yeah, those who create the movies, what you need to be afraid of, because they know why they doing it. Oh, yeah, they know why they doing it. See, they dead already. They ain't got nothing to lose. You see? But when you see a movie of any source, they always at the end come back showing you something at the very end, as if the living really didn't get the victory, because this still exists. They always shows you something at the end to show you that the dead still win. Even though they'll show you that the living got the victory, but before they go off, there's going to be a hand crawling. There's going to be a someone in the inside of a car trunk that's still dead, one of the dead. It's always something at the end they show you. Always at the end. And a lot of 99.9 of individual would never ever give that a thought. So they end up having a part 2, part 3, part 4. They come out with a part 5 because they don't want you to think that the living is going to outweigh the dead. Same thing with good and evil. They've been stopped showing you movies where the evil, you got cops that's wicked and evil. Okay? And at the end, they get what they had coming to them. But the movie always leave you as if there's something that came out. Meaning, the darkness still, the evil still get the victory because there's something at the end. Do you all know, since the world exists, that's how it have always been? Many of you all have no idea. None whatsoever. Lot, you all thought that since he brought Lot and his daughters out, he was doing away with Solomon and Gomorrah. What do you see today? See, y'all? See that darkness? Continue. Right here today, what is the biggest thing everybody talking about today, y'all? Let me see if anybody gonna get it. That is said to be biblical. What is it they talking about today? One of the biggest things they're talking about today. You remember the day of the flood? Don't you see they said that the giants and the fallen angels didn't die? They survived. When the Creator said he's going to end the world, what gives the giants and the fallen angels the power to override the world being ended? You see what I'm saying, y'all? So whether y'all know it or not, when you thinking it's an end, it's not. It's just the beginning of a new stage that's even darker. When I look at Babylon falling, I look at something and I say, okay, Babylon falling, but everybody else going to be standing. Ah, yes, that's how silly I am. I ain't got no sense. I know I ain't got no sense. I said, everybody else going to be standing. When he changed, he's taking the false prophet, the Antichrist, no, the false prophet, and he's going straight to the lake of fire. But the Satan is getting chained down. For what? See, when Babylon is destroyed, this is Satan's territory. This is where his seat is at. He don't care about being chained down because his territory and his seat and his synagogue has been destroyed. That's why I know what I'm talking about. United States is his main headquarters. This is where his seat is at. And when the United States go down, he ain't got no seat again. He ain't got no main headquarters. Can he deceive the world? But not like he deceived this country here. So don't brag about this country, y'all. Because when you brag about this country, you say that I am dead. I am Satan's seed. Anybody say make America great again, it's because you're a Satan's seed. Because he ain't bragging about it. He knows after the things happen to this country, he knows he's going down to the bottomless pit to be chained. He knows that. He don't have no problem with that. He gonna act a fool down there. But he know he can't do nothing else. He ain't got no seat, people. Why y'all ain't figure that out? He ain't got nowhere to sit. He ain't got no residence. He ain't got no synagogue. And just because you all in this country have hid his synagogue, have hid his seat and his place of worship, his place of residence, this country and the people in it has hidden it for him. That's why I'm okay with the Father destroying this country. I'm even okay if you choose to take me down with it, Father. I salute you. You know what's best. Because, Father, what I see while I'm living, ain't nothing in this country should stand. Everything in this country need to go to hell. I'm going to tell you like it is. Because we supported a lot of things we should not. Even to this very day, we support darkness. We support the dead. So what he's telling me about the living is that the living who think that they are the living is going to get caught up realizing they were the dead all the time. I don't think this is something that you're going to be able to point to the Father and say, no, but I know I'm there. I know. No. He letting you walk yourself out. Many people don't even understand that. You know how long it took Noah to build that ark? Y'all been talking to us way longer than the time it took Noah to build that ark. He gave even Judah 400 and some years. And there hasn't been a change, y'all. Even with the light down here. You think y'all was looking for it to be a change? No, he knew it wasn't. You know how you can find out? Go back to the sower who sowed the seed. The sower who sowed the seed. Break that thing down to you. If he sowed 4 levels of seeds, why only one was the righteous? That letting you know the majority is the dead. Woo! You see what I'm saying? And he's saying, but Deborah, they won't go back to read their own book. Because if you go back to read the book, you'll realize the sower who sowed the seed did have something invested in the seed when he sold it. Guess what it was? Truth. Go read it. And each seed, you can see where he's saying he had something invested in each set of seeds that was sown. It's just what, when they got down here on the earth, they done away with truth and just went the way of the lie. You see? Every last one of us came down here with truth. It's what we did with it. Even the dark seed had truth. Not because truth was going to save him. It wasn't. It wasn't. Because that's the just. Let me say this to make you understand that a little bit. Did y'all hear something called grace and mercy? Was that grace and mercy only on the living, or was it on the dead? Was grace and mercy given to the living, or was it given to the dead? Wait a minute, let me take you a little higher. Yeshua HaMashiach, which the world called Jesus Christ, did he die for the righteous, or did he die for the unrighteous? You see? You see? And why would he come down here and die for all mankind's sin? Why? Because y'all don't know the one that's on the throne that rules it all, the creator. When he poured out grace and mercy, he gave it to all mankind. He didn't look down and say, are you a Hebrew Israelite? Or you a tribe of Judah? Or you the house of Israel? Oh, are you a true Jew? He didn't say, are you educated? Are you white cause you right? Are you right cause you right? You know, he didn't say anything. He poured out grace and mercy on all mankind. He didn't care if you was a male or a female. He didn't care if you was evil or righteous. Same thing with Yeshua. Yeshua came to lay his life down for all mankind. Whether you dead or whether you dead or whether you the living. Whether you in the Lamb book of life or whether you in the book to the lake of fire. Yeshua, the Son of Man, came down for all mankind. But let me tell y'all something. Hamashiach, him raising Yeshua, coming up out of that grave, said, death, death. Woo! Where's your victory? Now one of y'all can tell me what he meant. See, that's why I say it's sad how people celebrate Easter and celebrate all these things and they are a long ways from home. Watch this. So grace and mercy came for the righteous as well as the unrighteous. Okay? The Son of Man came to die for the sins of the righteous as well as the unrighteous. But when Christ went to the tombstone, sat there 3 days with the body of the Son of Man. Hear me now. Watch this, y'all. Watch this, y'all. He raised him up to tell death, where is your sting? And everyone that Hamashiach raised, when he raised the Son of Man, he redeemed us because we wasn't the dead ones. We were the living one. So only the living, go on, girl, got redeemed. Death, death, where is thy sting? They wouldn't understand that, Father, y'all, but I thank you for it, Father. I thank you. You see, he had to show y'all, and you missed it. That's the whole idea about me telling y'all, understand the death, the burial, and resurrection. That resurrection was coming to conquer death, who thought he had a hook on the living. Death thought he had a hook on the living. But when Christ raised the Son of Man, first and foremost, death, where's your sting? Then what happened? Death had to, all of a sudden, death had to let go of all the living that was in this grave. Oh, Father, yeah. People here today don't even understand why the grave started opening up. You won't get it. That's how far gone people are. See? Just imagine heaven's creating it all like this from the kingdom. And we miss it all on the earth. So we're talking about dead and living. Y'all had to check. Wait a minute, hold up. I'm coming down there. Hold up. Who go hold? Who holding my living? Who down there? Hold up. Who down there thinking they gonna hold my living? Oh, so you think, hey, Son of Man, come on. You're gonna die for the sin of the flesh. But I'm coming down as the Son of Yah, Christ. And I'm gonna conquer death to let it know. You can't hold my living. So that's why I sit and tell y'all, everybody are not the living. I've heard several of you all talk about the living, the dead outweighing the living. You know that. So why are we telling everybody that Christ redeemed everybody? No, he didn't. Christ raised first and foremost the Son of Man. And when he raised him up, that brought all of us back to the living when death thought he had a hold of us. That's why the graves start opening up. That's why they start getting up and going out. It's because just getting out of that grave was redeeming us that are the living. They came down as the spiritual seed, as the living. And what I have also heard, someone went down there and snatched the keys. You see? I'm just telling y'all, this living is not for everybody. And it's no way I would take my energy and live on this earth with the ruach in me, portraying that I'm the living when I know darn well I'm the dead. Because the living is something in you. You think them people came out of their grave because they were nothing? No, they were the living. They were coming out their grave, and you couldn't get a bishop. You couldn't get a pastor. You couldn't get a pope. Or the pope and the priest, they might know. You couldn't get a pastor. You couldn't get a bishop. You couldn't get an apostle. You couldn't get an evangelist, a prophet, a prophetess, a Maureen, a seer, a watchman. Will tell you what I just told y'all. And here I am, 65, and I ain't never in my life heard nobody tell it like I just told y'all. You see how much missed? But it's okay. It's over. So we're talking about the living and the dead, ain't we? That's what we're talking about, right? I just gave you a prime example. How Yah poured out grace and mercy on the living as well as he did the dead. Solomon pulled up and said, it rains, everything under the sun, it rains on the just as well as the unjust. The sun shines on the good and the bad. It says, I'm just showing you. So don't think that because people are down here, why do you think the dead don't care about being dead? Ooh. The dead don't care about nothing. Not even if they are the dead. They don't care. But I'm grateful for Hamashiach raising Yeshua, because that was the key to redeem us that are the living. Because death was trying to hold us in captivity when we were the living of the Most High Yah. We were already written, and here you are trying to hold us. Death, where is thy sting? You see? And that's how it is. That's the reality of what you see today. Everybody wants you to talk, walk, act, and be the way the world has been all these years you existed. You don't want Sister Deborah to talk like the pastors that's on these devil platforms. You don't want me to teach the way they teach. They decided to take the deception pill because they wanted the glory on the earth. They wanted all they could get that they could see. When you want the living for eternal, that eternal living, than the materialistic things that only last a moment. You see? So if you ever wonder why did them graves start opening up? Because they were being redeemed. Because they were the living. So what? Seemed like they wasn't holding them down. They went into the cities, prophesying. See, when you are of the Most High Yah, dead can't hold you down. Death. People think they can kill all the prophets and all the evangelists and all the teachers and all the ministry. When you finish, you ain't done nothing. You ain't done nothing but send an individual back to peace. Paradise sleep. Because now they're in, it's living eternal. And you're still the lake of fire. You see? Anybody in the live chat, do you have anybody have any questions? Death has no victory over the Redeemer. No. You're right. Yeah, it was the resurrection. That's why they got out of their grave, and that's what it really is. It was the resurrection all the time. Can't hold. It can't hold y'all the living. As we live on this earth, you see how the dead got so much victory. But nobody wants the Father to have anything. And that's what I keep saying to the Father. Father, they ain't giving you nothing. And you own it all. You know who and what's what. You know the going of it and the coming of it. You know it all. They don't give you nothing. And that's why I say unto you all out there, if the Holy Spirit reside in you, be about your Father, the Creator's business. I know the cares of the world get you. But if you read the sower who sowed the seeds, notice when you read it, each one of them had something when they got down here. But when they got down here, they went a different way. Not because they didn't have truth in them. It's because the way was death. You see? But they came down with something. And that's what no one ever preached to anyone. No one ever told anybody, even to this very day. That is only the flesh and the spirit, y'all. Which one do you serve? Because you know what? I can see why they didn't. Because it's clearly seen and revealed who's who and what's what. You would automatically see in people. I sit back and I try to be honest with y'all without really taking you into my private business. Just imagine me having 6 children, constantly praying for each and every last one of them. But at the same time, have to endure and long suffer that I know who's who and what's what. Oh, Father, y'all. I ain't got time to play with y'all. What's for you is also for, it stands for me. Don't ever let somebody tell you that cause they got a spiritual administrative position that means they exempt. No, we are included. We are included. So just imagine that. Knowing who's who and what's what. Today I was feeling really bad, and yesterday really bad, because some things is starting to reveal that the very one I thought might not be. Is it for me to determine? No. It's for me to endure and long suffer and know that y'all got this. Either way, if I can come on this devil's platform and push this out to you, don't think it can't. It bypassed my door first. No. It has to pull up at my door first and foremost before it can come to you. It's called long suffering and endurance. Do you ever think that Yeshua, now one of you all ever thought the trouble he had with his sisters and his brothers? Y'all never really thought about it. See, that's why I say y'all to really know the Most High, he'll lay everything on the line for you. You know why? He wants you to understand it. That's what that comfort is. And as we talking, just imagine Yeshua coming here. When he would go back to his hometown, did y'all ever knew how His sisters felt about him. His brothers. Oh yeah, he had a couple of them follow him, but it wants you to know that a prophet is not accepted among its own kin, nor his hometown. And why is it people can't see that? Why is it people can't digest that? It's because they bypass all of that. Going back to what I say, people are so caught up in the things that's ruling their lives in this world. They can't see Yah sending nothing or nobody. They just so caught up in so much. But did y'all know if you would seek ye the, if you had seek ye the kingdom first, anything that goes on, Yah will clear it up because you seeked him first and foremost. You always put him first. You always set him before you. So that's why I can sit here and say this to y'all and tell you, even though I know that my kids, guess what I also know? I know how y'all rumbles. Woo! I know how he rumbles. Mm-hmm. If you, Deborah, just seek me first and foremost, keep walking behind me. You tell me every day, 3 and 4, 5, 6 times a day, you need me. Because you know you nothing without me. Whoa, oh yeah, Father, yeah. When it's all said and done, he gonna make a way. He's gonna make my way clear. So therefore, no matter where my kids are, in what direction that they are they the living or are they the dead? Only Yah knows. But he also know he got the ram in the bush that he sent down as his servant. And if she just keep her eyes on the sparrow, anything else, I'll take care of. And whatever choice he makes, I salute the will of my Father. Not my will, Father Yah, but thy will shall I walk therein. So we spoke on the living and dead. Anybody got any questions? Someone has Matthew's. Let me see. You got here Matthew 6 and 33. Okay. Someone says they have a question. If they're those that are brought down, having living spirit, will they wake up to that truth? Is that waking up on the earth or is that waking up in the kingdom to truth? All right. Which waking up is it? Matthew chapter 6 and verse 33. Someone has Matthew chapter 6 and verse 33. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 33. There it is. Seek ye first. You see? The kingdom of Yah. You notice something in there. Let me see if you can see what that says. You notice it says, seek ye the kingdom of Yah. Why is it Yeshua is not saying, seek ye him? You see? Seek ye the kingdom of Yah and whose? And Yah's righteousness. That's beautiful. I like that. And all these things shall be added unto thee. He's telling us, he didn't tell us to seek the Son. He said, seek the kingdom of Yah. You see? And if we can just rest our heads on that type of bosom of the Father, he'll take us any and everywhere we need to go. Y'all, let me explain something to y'all. When you are the living, you got to understand Yah lives in you. That's what make you the living and not the dead. It's not so much as how well you can study and how well you can prophesy or how well you can take the of the Most High Yah and place them here and place them there. I want to say to you all, the living lives with Yah in them. That's why when Yeshua got up, he began to teach about what was in him that's going to be sent down to us to now live in us. Mm, 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 mm. You see, it's a lot to do with him that is in us. And I want to say this to y'all, which I know most people won't take to this, and nor will they embrace it. When you are truly the living, the spirit of the Ruach lives in you. It don't only teach you all things. It leads you, it guides you, it shows you the way. It is the one to make the choices for you in the way you should go. Many people bypass that because they want to have the first and the last say so. Because they think it's about that flesh. But whenever you continue to live this living on this earth and you rule it, then there's nothing greater in you but you. Now you can understand you are the dead. That's what people don't understand. Why would it be he would want you to seek ye the kingdom of Yah? Why would he want you to seek that? Because he's telling you the kingdom leads you, the kingdom guides you, the kingdom comforts you, the kingdom show you the way. The kingdom will be your thoughts. It will be your feeling. It will be your wisdom. It will be your knowledge. It will be your understanding. The kingdom just saying, let me be the kingdom in thee. And anything else outside of who I am, I'll just go on and add that to you. But he don't want you to seek the kingdom and not let the kingdom live in you. He don't want you to go seeking him and he can't live in thee. He got to live in thee. And if you let him live in thee, then he'll let anything on the outside of you be a part of you. Why? Because you got him living in thee. A lot of people don't understand that. That's too much. That's doing too much, Father. Yeah. They don't want that. I don't want him leading and guiding me. I don't want him to. No, I want to make all my choices. I got one life to live. Nobody tell me what to do. You're dead. You're walking dead and don't know it. So, Sister Deborah, I hope you got a little bit of something out of earlier that today's message: the living and the dead. And this here, the living and the dead, especially knowing that the Father is only about the living. It's no way he would have let Hamashiach raise Yeshua up if it was not for getting the victory from the dead. Because the dead thought that all of them going, we all going the same place. Hey, let's party. We all going the same place. Just imagine when Yeshua got up that third day. All power raised him up. Just imagine how Dad said, wait a minute, wait a minute, what's going on? See, people, people think we all heading in the same direction. On this earth today, people really believe that when it all said and done, we all going the same place. Why? Because you have not had nothing about you that shows that you're different from them. Nothing. And you know what? I'm going to say this right quick. I'm what you call a living testimony. I'm a living testimony in that. I don't walk like everybody. I don't talk like everybody. I don't live like everybody. And when people that even know me, family members as well, they know that there's something different about me. And one of them, I'm non-tolerant. Okay. And you think that does not do something for me? Yes. It shows that I'm not like everybody else. And I don't have to be like everybody else. I don't desire to be like everybody else. Because I know when he sunned me down, he sunned me alone. And when I come back, I'm coming back alone. You see? So all this other stuff that's happening on this earth is a handful for somebody like me. More than a handful. Just stand back and see this. But I'm grateful to be able to live, to be able to see the dead and the living walking side by side on this earth. And guess what? Do you really believe that the Father intended for us to not know the difference between the two? And you wonder what I be saying when I be telling y'all. The spirit of discerning was a gift. And when that Ruach live in you, he said, try that spirit of that Ruach in you by the spirit of those that's on the outside of you. It'll help you know who's who and what's what. A lot of people on this earth don't give a rat's behind and could care less about the gifts of the spirit. Because the gifts of the spirit helps out the living. It don't do nothing for the dead. The gifts of the spirit is only for those who are walking in the spirit. Who are in the spirit. The living. The gifts of the Most High Yah are not for the dead. It's only for the living. But he gave everybody grace and mercy. He had to. He had no other choice. Because if he didn't give you grace and mercy, he had to take us all out. Wouldn't be no earth. So he had to give us all something, just to put up with us. And we pour out his grace and mercy on them people. You see? But I, myself, as a prophetess in the wilderness, I still ask the Father, how is it that you allow all this stuff to go on? I'm still like in la la land, and he's going to bless me. Always felt different from your family. Righteous, believe, faith, fear, and hope. All the live chats, please. Would you say pray for Sister Deborah? Yes, please. Only the living. Let's say it like that. Only the living. I'm serious. Only the living. Okay? But yeah, we got the more and more I see the world as it is, as it was, and as it shall continue, I say, how long? I'm like the angels under the altar. Father Yah, how long? I am so grateful he didn't give them another level. And I sit back and I said, Father, They are this is what's really powerful for me, is the dead is revealing all of their dead work on the earth to the living and the dead. I know y'all didn't know that, but yes, they are. The dead is revealing all its dirty work, its wicked and evil. It's revealing it to the living and to the dead, the both. And you know what I said? I asked the Father, is this you doing? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because I just, it's hard for me to accept that they are making it so clear for the living and the dead to see what they've been doing all the time. And it don't start with just Epstein. This goes way before he was even born. But they got everything you can possibly see that caused them to build this empire for Satan, to build this 1% group of people, build all this stuff to kill, steal, destroy people by great numbers. It's all so out there to see. They just, and I asked the Father, is this your doing? He said, yeah. See, we're thinking the darkness got it all going on. The Father said, this is his doing. He gave them the only choice but to reveal all that they are putting out there. And then I would ask the question, then, Father, why should I bring light out of the midst of the darkness? He said, because everything that they revealing and showing people what they done, what they doing, still does not. The people still walk on the earth as if they don't see everything that's going on. He said, I just wanted to make sure it's clearly seen. Everything is clearly seen. To the point where he said you should see the false prophet, you should see the Antichrist, you should see the beast. Everything is right there for you to see. Guess why you can't see it? Because if it's right before you, you turn your head this way, trying to look every way outside of in front of you. Because the Father said it is his doing. I had to ask him. I said, Father, these people are revealing too much stuff. These people are showing you that they cutting up humans and putting it in your food. All these fast food restaurants have chemicals and artificial things in it, human flesh in it, and they're showing you everything, and then show you old pictures of when it started. I had to ask him because I thought that was mighty strange. When darkness want to reveal something, it likes to keep all this dark in the dark. He said, I said, Father, is that your doing? Yes, it is. It's the Father. That's what they were charged, to make sure it's all in the light. It's in the light. It's not in the light, but it's out there for you to see. So in my little mind, I'm like, so more enduring, long suffering. Yep, more endurance, and long suffering. Because I'm sitting here long suffering and enduring. Because I'm looking, wait a minute, why ain't everybody talking about this? Why ain't nobody saying nothing about it? Why ain't nobody doing nothing? It's because the world loves its own. And a lot of you all don't understand. You support the world. That's why people don't talk about it. That's why people don't say anything. Because they support the world and what it's doing. Instead of saying anything or bringing it out or bringing it forth, people keep it and say, oh, whatever, it's them, it ain't. But all of it's connected to, we all in it. We all in it. We in it because right now, where am I at? And am I not in it? Yeah, I'm right here in it. The only thing different is I'm seeing it for really what it is. And I don't have no reason to hide it. And now I asked the Father, and I asked him that twice. He said that's him. He told them Everything got to be put out there. And you would never know it because the way the people are going about their living and their daily activity and everything. He said, and what they're putting out was not to bring people to the lowest degree or mental or stress or depressed people. You see, when you're the living, those things can't bother you. Those things can't depress you. You see, those can't mess with you mental. Because if the Holy Spirit is in you, what can that do to you? But what he's saying is the ways of the world is clearly, why should it be dark? So brighten that stuff up, not like the light, but like the darkness. Show that stuff for what it is. And what people are going to realize, it's not going to change the ways of the people. Just like he told me, you bring that light out of the midst of darkness. It's not going to change people. Just bring that bad boy out. So them revealing all of their secret, and no one ever, ain't no one on this devil platform at all, not just YouTube, you don't hear nobody talking about all the stuff that's being revealed. They won't talk about it. They won't talk about Epstein, but what I'm seeing, way beyond him. Way beyond him. Everybody keeps saying this is a one-man thing. They trying to wrap everything around Epstein. Epstein wasn't even born when they been started all this stuff. They are showing you actually that they've gotten rid of so many farmers. They're making meat in labs. They're showing you Bill Gates going over to Africa, shooting these babies with all this chemical. And these Black African people smiling like this is one of the number one problem that I have seen in all my life, in all my living. And that is we as melanated people, we refuse to do what's right when it comes down to being in the midst of people. The opposite race, the white people. We refuse to do what is right. We'll turn the Most High in to get his head cut off if a white man let us work on their farm. That's how bad it is. That's just how bad it is. A man would kill his whole family if the white man give him a blow pop. Oh yes, it's bad. It's real bad. It's worse than you can ever even. Woo! I think of the days of Noah, every imagination and thought. That's just how bad it is. It's really that bad, y'all. I'm seeing it that bad. And it's not from the level of the flesh. It's real bad out here. And when I start to see all these things, I'm like, oh, well, Father, they did. Father, they were doing this when I was a little girl. Father, they were doing this long, Father. Look how long they been doing this. But why you let them do it, Father? That's what I say. But why you let them do it all this time? Because in me, I'm trying to figure out how that these people start this stuff in 1600, 1800. I'm like, but why have you been letting them do this all that time? It's just hurting. It's so hurting. It is so hurtful. But I always must keep in mind. Ain't nothing going on that heaven didn't know about. And heaven don't got plans to judge it and destroy it. Stuff like that be getting me. It takes me real under. I mean, y'all might not understand that, but it takes me all because I don't come to you all. I go to the throne. And when I go to the throne, either he's going to tell me or he's not. Okay? And when I go there, it's not what I might want to hear. It's what I have to hear. It's what I got to accept. It's what I got to endure. I got to long suffer. Because the things that they talk about Epstein is doing, let me tell y'all, this man ain't done nothing compared to what they've been doing. And that's what gets me. Oh, it gets me. It gets me. You remember that movie star who played in a lot of movies? Remember his wife was found dead in the bathroom and he was found dead, I think, in the living room, and the two dogs were there. And I think they was one in the outside and one was in the bathroom with the bathroom with his wife. And his wife, I think she was an Oriental lady. That do anybody know that actor? And I watched many of his movies. He's an actor. Do you know that all of this time, y'all? Let me show you what they hid. But now it's coming out. Why now? Because the Father says that time. Bring that mess out that y'all been doing all this time. All of those bodies, there were so many bodies in a tunnel under his house. All kind of bodies. His kids, and he couldn't get along. None of his kids had nothing to do with him because they said he was weird. But his wife for many years. Then I think about, he died. And these people die old, y'all. They died old. Gene, yeah. Hackman, yeah, that's him. And y'all heard them kept saying, well, it was something under his house, then they left it alone, or it's something, behind the walls, they left it alone. But the truth be told, there are so many human bodies that was under that house. And they didn't just start at that house, it's tunnel full of them. So while y'all thinking that you got it going on and you know what's going on the top of the earth, because you and what happens, people get caught up in so much stuff in the world to where they can't see what is before them. But this is why the Father is allowing, and not allowing, he's told them that there's no more hidden stuff. See, y'all thinking they bringing stuff out because they just bringing stuff out. This is the Father's doing. He told them everything comes out. So that's probably why they come asking if they can get another level. Okay, y'all, this young man is my son. He's trying to get over here. He can't come over here. I don't no. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. No. 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 Woo, Father, help me. Y'all pray for me. And thanks, James, for asking them to pray. But I want those that's in the light. Pray, cry. Just call out my name to the Most High, y'all. He already know. That's his child that ain't got no sense. He already know it. But that's one thing I can truly say. I just thank him for just dealing with me as I am, because he all that and some in me. So I, Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in, and I hope you got something out of it, and understand you're going to see more than you ever seen coming out from every four corners. But stop estimating that what is going on in this country is nothing. A lot of people don't understand this is what people have okayed, you see, and hid. But the Father says it's just, it ain't gonna be no hiding. And they don't even care. They don't even care if you know. That's what gets me. They just, hey, y'all wanna know who it did. They just put it out there. And I thank the Father for the way he got it set up from the floor. So I, Sister Deborah, say I appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And you all have a wonderful night. And I will be back. Shalom and shalom. You for all heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Praise the mighty Yah.